What's up? I'm ready. Oh, you ready? You ready for tonight? So you got two things to take care of tonight. That's Money and Power and JTR. We're gonna lay it all on the line. Kid, are you ready? Are you sure? Oh, what do you got?
You know what? It ends tonight. Once and for all, they're done. They're done. You got.
Listen, I know you're fresh. I know this is your very first match. It's your debut with the WDWA. It's your debut in the entire world. And we've got 400 to 500 people here ready to watch it. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to win this match?
I'm willing to put my life on the line for this.
Let's go.
Thanks, Jim.
Hold it.
Hello and welcome to another edition of WDWA Frontline, and tonight in our main event, the father figures are set to teach a lesson to JTR and Money and Power, and that lesson is not everything can be bought with money, as family is stronger than ever, and tonight they will be joining forces with K.I.D to take on JTR and Money and Power. That of course will be our main event of this episode. But first, in our opening contest, two of the best battle each other to find out who is truly the best. For one side is Shane Malice, and in the other, the lightning god Rayo. We do not have to wait any longer because this match starts right now.
Jason Heat alongside dashing Donnie Diablo. A special attraction singles match here between the most highly decorated wrestler in WDWA history, the Steel City Sex Pistol Shane Malice, and the returning Rayo.
Rayo, the lightning god. I think he brought some of it with him. I've seen some flashes going on outside those doors. But Rayo, Malice asked for the best. And then he said, I didn't want the best from South America. And Rayo was like, no, I'm not the best from South America. I'm the best, and I hail from South America. Rayo from Peru. And I don't know, it's kind of even kill right now as far as who the fans are with.
Shane Malice represents the history and the tradition of WDWA, and Rayo just kicked that tradition right in the face.
Rayo's out there again. He just kicked his head off.
High impact start by the Lightning. You can feel the voltage in the ring.
And Malice trying to play those mind games, but Rayo's not having it. He is all over him.
Shane Malice immediately beating a hasty retreat, a withdrawal, a tactical withdrawal for a moment.
Tactical withdrawal is right, and he thinks he's far enough out of Rayo's reach, but I'm not sure he is.
Shane Malice has no shortage of ego and has really been trying to prove that despite the years, his best days are not behind him, that he is still capable of being at the upper echelon of not just WDWA, but all of pro wrestling, and has really started to, put his career on the line, not literally, but figuratively, in terms of saying, I have to beat people.
And he can, and he knows he can. He knows what he's capable of. Whether the fans remember that or not, they seem to have turned on him and are now fully behind Rayo.
Shane Malice looking to even the playing field right now after being taken off guard by Rayo. This is one of those situations where Malice really woke up his own personal devil with the words that he spoke about Rayo ahead of this match.
Maybe he wanted Rayo at his angriest, at his best, or maybe you just really underestimated him. You can't really tell with Malice.
Sometimes it seems like Malice his words get the better of him, right? Like he just sort of speaks and then has to catch up with what he said and goes, oh no, that was a mistake.
Thunderous chops from both men. I mean, and Rayo's like the god of lightning, but he's bringing some thunder out there, and that kick didn't help.
Shane Malice is a first ballot Hall of Famer here in WDWA. He has done nearly everything there is to do in the company, but beautiful head scissors takedown as Rayo is forcing Shane Malice to ride the lightning.
And a bulldog. And it's really been all Rayo from start to finish. I mean, he put the pedal to the metal right away and went after Malice, and now Malice, I don't know how much of this is tactical at this point, or he just wants to get away.
Rayo going for that kick for a second time, but this time Malice had it scouted. Super intelligent professional wrestler.
You're not going to catch him sleeping twice.
No, Shane Malice has seen it all, and he's looking to put Rayo to sleep, dumping Rayo's head right into the apron.
Taking the time to try to get some appreciation for what he just did to Rayo.
Shane Malice, it is a good thing he comes from the city of Bridges because he knows how to burn one. You know, he used to be beloved here in WDWA and instead has really torched that relationship with the fans in order to prove that he is still the guy in this company.
Oh, you said it. It was like the Key Bridge, man. He knocked that thing all the way down. Like the fans were once so behind Malice had forgotten that this is Malice Mania. He's
the king of Berkeley Mania.
You're right.
This is the house that Malice built in many ways as Rayo pushing forward. But you have seen so many from the generation that Malice comes from start to fall by the wayside. Gavin Jackson has moved to an ownership position in the company. Eric C. Jones retiring this evening due to a loss. I believe that you are seeing a man who still has a lot of gas left in the tank, but Shane Malice is starting to look mortality in the face as a professional wrestler, and he is running steadfast in the opposite direction.
You're very right. Couldn't have said that any better. Malice.
This is kind of a mid-career crisis for Shane Malice.
Exactly, and now he's got to decide which path he wants to take.
Looking to prove himself at the expense of Rayo. Two there, and Malice immediately cranking in, wrenching the neck of Rayo.
Slow him down. Wear him down.
Rayo, a very proud professional wrestler as well. A man with a lot of a hot temper. In many ways, as soon as Rayo puts on that ceremonial war paint, he becomes unhinged. He truly does believe that the spirit of the lightning god infuses him with its power. That's not being facetious. That is what Rayo does as a ritual to charge up mentally and physically before a match.
Completely changes. He is a different man when he walks back in that locker room before that paint comes on, and when that paint comes on, you're right, he's not the same guy.
And Rayo has many accolades to his credit. He is the first Peruvian-born wrestler to wrestle for the WWE, AEW, and Ring of Honor. Rayo has really and truly elevated himself and competed at the highest levels, but no one has achieved what Shane Malice has in WDWA. If only Malice maybe still had that confidence in himself.
I don't know that it's a lack of confidence. I think it's just, what do I have left? What do I have left to prove? I've done everything. I've done it more than once.
But is that the fear? The fear isn't necessarily the other competitors. The fear is at some point your body gives out on you. The fear is at some point you move beyond relevancy. It happens to everyone. It doesn't seem like Shane Malice thinks it's his time, but just by being preoccupied with it, maybe you bring it about early.
Possibly. But I don't know. Again, it's Malice. You can't really tell what he's thinking or how he's feeling.
Malice is often all action. But we see it here as he begins to antagonize the fans in addition to his opponent, that there is something missing inside the soul of Shane Malice. that needs to be filled.
It doesn't seem like that fire is there. He's not keeping it on Rayo. And Rayo almost snook one away.
That's the thing about lightning. It strikes quickly, and it doesn't announce its presence.
And now Malice again. He's not following him out. He's listening to the jeers and boos from the crowd. He's playing to the camera. He's doing everything but.
Well, not to get too cute, but if
Next week, right here in WDWA Frontline, Valerie Berman seeks to prove she's the best woman in the entire locker room. And for that, she has challenged the great Sasaki. Watch these two women go to war right here next week on Frontline. Experience the best in pro wrestling action live with World Domination Wrestling Alliance in the Eastern Panhandle area. Fast-paced action you do not want to miss. WDWA. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit us on the web scanning our QR code.
He wants to wait late, maybe get a trooper escort to get out of Martinsburg the way he's carrying on.
And Rayo getting a bite in himself. We've said that Rayo is completely unhinged in this ring, and that is starting to come out.
He's still biting the head. The ref finally gets him off, but
Blood for blood here at Berkeley Mania. Bite for bite between these two rivals.
no, I thought for a minute Malice might have been busted.
Fantastic offense on display by Rayo.
That Hurricane DDT.
Intentional or not, Malice rolled into the safe zone, cannot be pinned while he is on the ropes, playing a little bit of defense.
Who's going to get up first? Rayo's getting, he's definitely got the fans behind him.
Shane Malice first to his feet.
But not in the shape Rayo is.
Rayo a little bit steadier in his footing, but Shane Malice, a more powerful base, would not want to go strike for strike with Shane Malice, the Steel City Sex Pistol.
I wouldn't either, but somehow Rayo has taken it and maybe got the better. Till that.
Rocking and rolling offense by Rayo, but Malice isn't just tough, he is Pittsburgh tough, and that is a different kind of tough.
Went for the boot again, miss. Rayo did not miss those two clotheslines.
Great cardio on Rayo. Manages to make the most of every opportunity that he has in this match.
That may be it. Very close.
Very, very close 2 count there for Rayo. What does it do to the ego of Shane Malice, Dashing Donnie, if he loses this call out? He started this fight.
For sure. If he loses this call out, I don't know. I don't know if he's thinking about maybe pulling a Jones and calling it quits, but
brutal backbreaker power bomb.
That
hybrid. And Shane Malice, as surprised as anyone else in this building that Rayo was still able to move, let alone kick out.
The look of disbelief says it all. That was it. And now he's got that malicious smile up there. He's like, I'm going to make you pay for that. You don't kick out of that.
Malice looking to soften up Rayo.
I think he's taking too much time if he wants to go north.
Setting Rayo into position, and the big man capable of moving and doing big things from that top rope.
If he hits it, too much time.
Like making his way down the Duquesne incline. Instead, gets caught. Code
Wow.
red.
Malice, maybe a desperation kick out.
Both
They're
men
both down.
are exhausted. Can't underestimate the heat in this building. It is beyond balmy. The humidity taken a lot out of both of these men, in addition to all of the physical damage they have done to each other.
You pack this many people in the room, it's going to be hot, especially with the action we've had all night long.
Mr. Berkeley Mania going up against the self-described greatest South American wrestler of all time in Rayo. Rayo going low.
And again, he says he's the greatest wrestler from South America of all time.
Well, Rayo has said both.
He has.
Rayo is not one that shies away from accolades.
And those aren't even self-accolades. Those have been placed upon him. It's not like he's coming out and telling us something we didn't know.
Both men jockeying, looked like they were going for German suplexes, but instead, and Shane
In the
Malice
ropes.
in the ropes.
Malice.
By hook and by crook, Shane Malice gets the victory.
A win is a win, and tonight Shane Malice outsmarted Rayo and is walking out with a huge victory. And right now I have very exciting news, because your next chance to see Shane Malice live will be on Saturday, September 28, as WDWA presents Aftermath from the Bennington Volunteer Fire Hall in Martinsburg, West Virginia. And it has already been announced that Shane Malice will be taking on the Cake Boss Victor Jones on a one-on-one match on Saturday, September 28. It has also been announced that the new World Domination Wrestling Alliance Heavyweight Champion Clay Jacobs will be at Aftermath. For more information, please make sure to follow World Domination Wrestling Alliance in our social media accounts. And it is almost time for our feature match of the evening. The Father Figures with K.I.D take on JTR and Money and Power with the Latin Tornado as a special guest referee. And as you see right now, K.I.D is making her way into the ring tonight right here on Frontline, her first ever match as she joins forces with her father, Daniel Alexander Dabrowski, and her uncle as they take on JTR and Money and Power. Do not go anywhere, because this exciting match will start right after a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Next week, right here in WDWA Frontline, Valerie Verman seeks to prove she's the best woman in the entire locker room. And for that, she has challenged the great Sasaki. Watch these two women go to war right here next week on Frontline. Experience the best in pro wrestling action live with World Domination Wrestling Alliance in the Eastern Panhandle area. Fast-paced action you do not want to miss. WDWA. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit us on the web scanning our QR code.
You do not want to cross LT, Latin Tornado, not at all. I've known the guy for a very long time.
Wait, JTR literally trying to pick the pocket of.
He was going for the brass knucks. He knew they were there. Like, worry about yourself.
Well, there's a lot of bad blood between so many people in this match, but it all started between JTR, that's Justin T. Rodgers on the outside, the proprietor of Money and Power, and the Latin Tornado, because it was over a year ago that JTR actually served as an official. He was a referee in this company and tried to help screw LT out of ownership of his own company by trying to give it to Voltage Wrestling.
And he did. He actually won the promotion for a night, put JTR in charge, and then we know the aftermath from there. The father figures came out on behalf of LT and put an end to Justin's night.
And now here is the K.I.D. Kid making her official pro wrestling debut. She was the victim of Money and Power. A.K. Bane, the feral monster himself, put K.I.D. through a table, and now she has come back, and we're going to see Kid versus JTR.
Oh.
JTR is despicable.
He's proud of himself right now, but
real piece of trash. And now here is DAD, Daniel Alexander Dabrowski, Kid's father.
He just kicked father's face off.
A.K. Bane, the power of Money and Power, if that wasn't obvious and self-evident.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's
ferocious, an absolute beast.
He almost took JTR out with that kick.
Tagging now into Cassius Cash Carter, the Money, the broker of pro wrestling, always making deals. It is incredibly personal between all of these men, including LT. And now LT's temper.
Yeah, don't let that temper. I mean, don't push LT too far. I think they should know that by now.
It was a year ago, literally a year ago at Berkeley Mania last year, that LT fought against Zakar Shaw and the Beast Man in one of the single most dangerous and illegal structures I have ever seen engineered. Tag May now into A.K. Bane.
Bane is so vicious.
Currently the bane of Dad's existence.
He's been the bane in Unk's existence, too. If he could get his hands on Kid again. Oh, Lord.
We got the K.I.D., we got the UNC, we got the DAD, and they are the FAM, because family fights together, and there's nothing more important than family. Dashing Donnie.
I don't know. I think Cash rolls everything around me. And around Cassius Carter, as we can see.
Trying to bait K.I.D. in. But so far, Money and Power under the direction of JTR have had a nearly flawless game, keeping DAD in the bad corner.
But you got to hand it to LT. I mean, he's been right there. He is calling it down the middle.
But that temper continues to take his focus away from these double teams, and that comes from JTR knowing LT so well. I mean, JTR used to work for the man. And they are playing LT like a fiddle.
They are, and Unk should know better than to try to help out there.
Well, we've seen every configuration so far of Money and Power and the father figures in solo action, and Unk has not been very successful of late. Of course, even JTR tried to offer Unk money to turn on his family, which Unk promptly refused twice.
Twice he refused it, you're right.
So
and he was told there's not another chance.
Yeah, so he is not like you, basically. He has chosen family over a maybe like significant but temporary financial gain.
Yeah, there's no saying he was smart.
Money comes and goes. Family is forever until the cold kiss of death comes to take us all.
And then hopefully there's some money to come after that, too. Maybe a little bit of inheritance.
You are a cynical man, Dashing Donnie. Certainly there'll be more inheritance for K.I.D. if they win this match and get the winner's purse.
That is very true. But it's not looking very likely. As we've said, Money and Power's just dominated. DAD's been in there the whole time, just about. Kid was in there for a very short period.
Yeah, they have been decimating Dabrowski. We have yet to see Yuri Neal Callahan enter the ring.
Decimating Dabrowski sounds like a great movie title.
And I mean, the question would be DAD, right? DAD is the daddy. And Dad really needs to make a tag right now.
He does. He's trying to. There we go.
Yuri Neal Callahan. Spear through the ropes.
Slingshot spear through the ropes from Unk.
And Unk looking for a measure of retribution and revenge. He has not done well in singles matches against Cassius Cash Carter or AK Bane.
Both men defeated him, but I think he tagged into K.I.D., right?
Making her pro wrestling debut, the father and daughter tandem.
K.I.D. still in there.
Families,
another double team.
You know, families fight together, stay together, or they break up and divorce. It's really one or the other.
Yeah. I think the percentages are way on the other end of that. Double elbow.
LT down. 2 count.
Just a 2.
You see LT constantly keeping his eye on JTR. There is no forgetting what that man did to the Latin Tornado, trying to steal his life's work from him. JTR is I'd call him a rat or a snake, but honestly, it's an insult to those fine animals.
I like JTR. He's from a fine family up there in Montana.
All right. Kind of say he's salt of the earth?
Yeah, exactly.
Guess
Finer
what?
things in life.
Too much salt gives you a heart attack, Donnie.
Or high blood pressure, which also leads to a heart attack.
Man, that doesn't have to
Maybe a
worry about that
stroke.
anytime soon. Yes. Excess salt can be very dangerous, and so can AK Bane.
Bane is extremely dangerous. And I've said it before, the man moves like a big cat.
Bane looking to
A lion or a tiger just mauling everything in his path.
essentially break Unk right here.
Is the big man going to try to fly and take Unk with him?
This is a Bane that doesn't need any venom to get big and strong. He is naturally this way, but Unk pushing him off.
And he ran into a boot. That elbow caught him, but I think he tagged somebody.
Unk unsteady
JTR.
on his feet.
JTR said, I'm not coming in.
Low drop kick right to the gut.
Out goes Bane on his feet like a cat.
Low bridge, and now the money and the power have come into contention.
The cash taking out the power.
The entire fam looking to go in for the offense.
K.I.D. going up. It almost ended up in a fan's lap again. K.I.D. had enough to take both men out, and now it's just JTR. He's trying to open the briefcase.
Yeah, all he has at this point, he knows all he has is the same tired offer of this money as Latin Tornado looking to take the briefcase away.
And he does. Oh, wow. This is not going to... You know LT wishes he was in on those shots, too.
This is effectively 2-on-1 right now as Yuri Neal Callahan. Wait a second! What? It's his brother!
Told you it's not forever. Cash rules everything.
That's his brother! He took the money!
He did take the money. That was the first smart decision that man has ever made.
This is what a lifetime of gambling debts and alcoholism has led him to.
And now you're painting him, that way? That's a little rude.
It's not rude. It's well documented.
Well, now he's got the money to pay for it.
And LT forced to count the pinfall.
But LT's still there.
And LT isn't the referee anymore. He has free reign to do whatever he wants now that this match is over.
And now K.I.D's in there.
K.I.D. just watched her uncle turn on her father, and now LT.
Uh-oh.
The Latin Tornado destroying JTR.
And there's the first smile I've seen on LT's face in a long time. He finally got his hands on JTR again.
And AK Bane lifting JTR. If there was any doubt about Bane's power, this deadlift of the dead weight of Justin Rodgers. But Unk leaving, and it looks like Unk is now part of Money and Power.
Very unexpected turn of events right here in Frontline, as Unk has accepted the money and has joined forces with JTR and Money and Power. And with that, we come to the end of this episode. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.